Fish, as we all know, the reports don't flow in thick and fast this time of year. We've got to capitalise on every opportunity we can get, obviously. So we're really reaching far and wide to get good reports, or any reports. Good report meaning if they're not biting, they're not biting, but at least we know what's happening. Dartmouth still okay. Didn't fire this week, fished okay. Down the back end of Dart, so put in the boat ramp and just take an hour run or half an hour run, depending on the speed of your boat, and go down the back end of the lake to getting a few. Hume Weir. Look, there's been some still big trout coming out of the Hume Weir, but for goodness sake, they're getting them on downriggers or paravanes. Don't know, I have no idea why they're down that deep, but that's where they seem to be, 25, 35, 45 feet, but they're good, 50 centimetre plus, 5-6 pound fish, excellent quality fish. Doesn't matter whether you're using Tassies, McGraths, anything like that. As long as you're getting down there, finding them. They're around the schools of smelt by the look of things, but they are catching a few. Mulwala, the odd reported the odd big fish. Murrumbidgee River, not tons of fish at the moment, obviously, and that's normal for this time of year, but the occasional good cod. Still getting plenty of crays. Don't forget the end of this month is the end of the cray season, so that tops that off. And the cod season finishes, with the exception of Blowering. It's opened all year round, as you all know, well, as most of you know. And look, August, September, October is usually a real hot time for Blowering, and there seems to be this fashion of casting all night, that sort of thing, and they are catching a few fish, but on the sly, there's a few blokes slipping up there through the day and trolling and getting some very, very good cod in the troll. Metre plus cod, still good on the troll, no problem. 35 foot lures, roughly. Working the sort of drop-offs and edges of the little cutaways and stuff, they're doing all right. As you know, there's not a lot of structure there. And back to the old dam wall scenario, getting the odd few on the dam wall. So it's looking pretty good. Had a couple of reports of some good schools of redfin. Not so many big fish, but a few that you could eat. Some blokes getting 20 and 30 in a school, just soft plastics, that sort of thing. Little yabbies would probably do just as good, but they're getting the odd few. Not going crazy. Haven't heard of any trout this week, but last week there was a few getting caught at the top end. Got some good reports from Yukon Beam, which I'm happy with. Fishing off the bank with bait has been extremely good. A lot of good trout coming out of there, and starting to troll a few this week, so that looks pretty promising. This weekend could be a bit of a wipeout, obviously, by the look of the weather patterns that are going through. Jindabyne, I don't think I'd bother going up there. Got some surprising reports from Burrinjuck. There was a few cod caught, which that didn't surprise us, and they were quite large, a few meteries, that sort of thing. Not big numbers, the odd one here and there. But more importantly, I had one report of a couple of blokes picked up 8 yellowbelly, just slow rolling black grubs, up the Goodra Digby Arm, which is basically up the other side of Wade Island, and they're just working the trees there. And see, 8 nice sized yellows, that's the first good report of yellowbelly I've heard of for ages. Hopefully, cross our fingers, that's a sign of a start of a season. Well, this is when they usually come into gear, probably about another 3-4 weeks, and you should start to see a bit of activity if they're going to happen at all. Last 2 years has been very mediocre there, very patchy. Getting some reasonable reports from Wagga, not too bad at all. Few good cod coming out of it. Haven't heard of any yellows this week, but still getting a few cod on the troll or casting up into the shallows, early morning, late afternoon scenario. If anybody wants a bit of a rundown on the saltwater scene, just give us a tingle at the shop. I can give you a rundown. They're getting some really good numbers of yellowfin and a few bluefin, some monster fish, and we've got all the hot oil on that as well. So just give us a quick tingle at the shop and we'll give you a rundown. This is the Compleat English Report this week. We'll catch up with you next week.